All right, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, and we're going to take a look at some tools today. Mentioned in a previous stream by a viewer, and I'm going to take a look at Tulsi. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. And it's another one of those tools that's designed to help you generate Xcode project files. I've never used this one. Xcode Gen is what I've used in the past, and if you go to compileswift.com, you'll find some videos there on it and some stuff that I've put in there. So I thought, why not let's sit and take a look at this one. Hey Coco Type, how you doing, buddy? Tulsi, I think that's the one. I think you were the one that mentioned this to me actually. So I'm gonna take a look at this today and try this out and have a bit of a go and see if I can't break it. Who knows? Maybe I'll even get a file generated at the end of it that actually works. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I've got nothing installed at the moment. I'm gonna work through this. It's gonna be kind of a leisurely pace here this evening. Kind of a nice wind down for the end of the weekend, ready to ramp up for Monday morning, right? So that's what we're doing here. How's everyone doing? Oh, I also need to move this out the way. Give me 1 second here. I should have done this already. Shame on me. Tourist, that's the one, right? Actually, Tourist is probably the one I was thinking of. So we may dive into both of these actually. Second, gotta look at something here. Too many windows. All right. Actually, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's start with Tourist because I'm going to say Coco Type's an expert. That makes him an expert. There you go. All right, so let's do Tourist for now. Let's do that one, and then we'll see how we get on with this. There's time left. We'll do the other one, and then if not, we'll cover that one in another stream. Yeah, there's plenty of them around. You've he's not used any of them, but he says that this is the one that we should use. So okay. Well, let's give it a go. We're gonna try this out, right? Because Xcode Gen, I mean, I'm happy with it, but I think we can always try more. Plus, this one is written in Swift. Or sorry, you write the files in Swift, I should say. So let's go ahead, do this. Let's get started here. Hopefully, let's. I hope this doesn't kill my system, right? So let's bring up all the windows, all the things. Hopefully you can see these. Hey, Nicholas. You've also never used it. Well, look, you're just all throwing me out there. So what you're really saying is, let's get me to use it, see how it works out, and then you'll know to never use it. Is that what you're telling me? All right. Tulsi generator was use Bazel to build, not Xcode. That doesn't sound like what you'd want. No, well, you know what? I don't know. Depends how well Xcode's performing on any given day, right? Try running it. All right. Okay, it's installed. Okay, let's have a look here. Bit of a read as we go, so we can all read along together. I'm not going to read it out loud. Okay, so we started off by installing the environment, and then we installed the tool. All right, let's follow the instructions, shall we? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Let's go somewhere on my system where my files are. Let's go under projects. Actually, let's go under Xcode. We are literally going to follow along here and see how this goes. All right, so we init tourist, whoops, init dash platform iOS. All right, we'll start there. Init command will bootstrap an iOS application, which includes the info.plist files, fantastic, app delegate, a test file, and a project Swift file. Doesn't sound an all. There's probably a whole bunch of options, hopefully, right? You know what? Before we go any further, hang on. Did I? No, okay. So the files are in here. All right. So do that. Definition of the project. If you use the Swift package manager before, the project.swift file is the equivalent of the package. Okay. Easy enough for us to understand, right? We can all get on board with that. The instructions are for people who don't like adventure. Yeah, except when I'm doing it on a live stream and I know that you're all watching, and if it doesn't work, then it means one of you will have to solve it, right? So I'm saving you the pain. Okay, so definition file is known as the manifest file, has the following structure. So we put in the name, the organization name, it creates some targets, basically one for the app, one for the unit test. I'm assuming this is out of the box. These are the defaults. Gives it a bundle ID, sets the sources, the resources. Nice. Target dependencies can be defined here. All right. Since we're defining an Xcode project, most of the properties might be familiar. I hope so. There are some that are available which are not used from the manifest that you've got generated. You can check out the project reference. Yeah, we're not going to read the doc. Nope. Editing your project. All right. To edit your project, you can open the relevant Tourist manifest using. Okay. So it's okay. It says it's got its own tool. Let's do that. Opening Xcode to edit the project. What could possibly go wrong here, right? Try and get all these windows on the screen. Okay, so import project description, project helpers. All right, not good when you get warning signs right off from just loading the generated file, right? Either malformed or generated by a different Swift version. The note that it uses an unstable format doesn't sound like a bad thing, right? Unstable. And may leak internal project details. It should not be distributed alongside modules. Okay, this is already just sounding a bit suspect, don't you think? Oh my god. Okay. Project. Creates our project using a helper function defined in project description. Helpers. My app, iOS, my app kit, and my app UI. Some of my best ideas are unstable. Yeah, some of my best code is unstable. All right. Let's keep going. I don't know about this. Generated project file will contain the project. And what's with the... Did we really need the ASCII comment graph up here? The app is my app target and my app unit test target. Kit, modularizing your app, which didn't fit in the box, and UI, 2 independent frameworks to share code and stuff. Okay, all right. Project file contains. You have the manifest and the project files, but something's missing. The Xcode project. If we don't have an Xcode project, we can't use Xcode because that's the format that Xcode expects. Fortunately, Tourist comes with a command to generate projects and workspaces from. My first thought with this is, and I get it, I know this is in early stages, but shouldn't it just do all of this stuff right straight off the bat for you instead of having to run multiple commands to just, I mean, if I'm going to init and generate the project and tell it to init an iOS project, shouldn't it make all the stuff you want that'll make it run, even if it's just boilerplate, right? It's just my thought, but that's what I'm thinking. All right. Press Control C once you're done editing. Well, I didn't actually edit anything, so it's all a bit so far. Generate. All right. You know what? Before we do it, okay. Just want to make sure it's not. We can see what files it's making. We'll get a Xcode project and a workspace. As we'll see in the dependencies section, the workspace is necessary to add other projects my app project is depending on. Okay. You open the workspace and try and run the my app scheme. It should build the app and run it on the simulator successfully. All right. By the way, your screen still says Sprite Kit Fun Time. Yeah, I'm lazy. See, this is what happens. Sunday nights, really busy with stuff. And then it gets to stream time and I have to run in here, start setting this up. I don't have time to change all this stuff. All right. I pre-planned all this. Imagine how incredibly boring it would be. I might as well just pre-recorded at that point. Xcode project total time. How about that? There you go. All right. Thank you. Okay, there we go. So it made our workspace. It made project file, and I think that derived one is new as well. All right, so let's open my app workspace. Look at what we got in here. You got a lot of folders, not a lot of files. All right, we got a launch screen, we got an app delegate. All right, let's run it. Hey, Alex, how you doing? For those of you who don't get that joke, you'll have to have been paying attention to Twitter earlier on. Kind of my rant about, well, it wasn't a rant, but I just get so tired of people on LinkedIn, especially when you know that they're either going to try and sell you something or recruiters. Here's a tip: never ever put down what your job title is if you're a manager of something, because you will get bugged to death on LinkedIn. All right. Yeah, it did run. Okay. I'm not overly excited about it so far. I mean, I get that it's giving me bare bones files. Doing well. I pushed my first MVP portion to test flight. Awesome, dude. Yeah, well done. Not as polished as I wanted. Well, that's what test flight's all about. But that's what an MVP is for, being minimal. Yep. Yeah, and LinkedIn is the worst. I know, right? Which says a lot about the others, because LinkedIn is better than the others and it's still terrible. Which goes on to another one of my rants. I did a podcast episode about how you fix social networks by making people pay for them. Anyway, Alex, good luck. Let us know how it goes with the MVP. Good job. Yeah. And the test flight link is, yeah, really, Coco type. Good on you, buddy. Yeah. You had to get that one in there. It's all right. I'm happy he's picking on you instead of picking on me. So sorry, Alex, it's on you at the moment. I'm gonna leave it with him. All right, so bunch of tests, yada yada yada. So as an app, sorry, it's got a print statement for that, and then there was one for the tests, right? Yeah. What? That sure is a hell of a lot in there, isn't it? I don't know about this so far, but okay, let's keep going. So we generated the project. This For the local project, oh, wait, what? So by default, all projects that my app depends on will also be generated. I mean, why does it need all these other ones to be? Okay, anyway. This ensures the generated workspace is complete. Sometimes we may want to only regenerate individual projects in our workspace without regenerating all of their dependencies. Pretty much all of the time is what I'm going to want to do there to keep that fast. 2S supports this workflow via including the project only flag. Now they tell us, okay, this will generate an Xcode project for the local project only. Now they tell us that after we've done that. Okay. Not picking on, we'd just love to check it out. Waiting in review, typical Apple, yeah. So you're either going to be waiting for 5 minutes or 5 weeks, right? One or the other. I never know which one it's going to be. When I push stuff to test flight, and you're like, okay, do I have time to go live my life, or should I wait around, right? And certainly never, ever, my lesson learned, never tell product folks that you pushed it to test flight because they will be all over that. Don't worry, I'll drop the link as soon as I get it. If you're not following me on Twitter, hey Halox, let's connect on Twitter. I've read you in my stream. I welcome you. Heat Body app. All right. Now we want to know what the product's about, right? Should we go look this up, folks? What do you think, chat room? I had to, right? Should we go look this up on Twitter right now? What do you think? Let's do it. All right, twitter.com/Heat Body app. Heat Body. You think he's frantically creating the account while I do this? All right. Does what? Home heating oil app. Oh, it's a gas finding app. Yeah, good start, buddy. Everybody rush to go look at this one. Awkward? Hey, as long as it's awkward for you, not awkward for me, I'm fine with this. Everybody agree, right? Okay, so let's go back here. I want to do this. We're gonna go right back and start again because I want to do the project only version and see the difference. So we're gonna all right. And now I'm gonna be lazy and just go up to my history here. Let's leave this open, shall we? See if he creates the I just can't spell. I can't heat, but dang it, dang it. Okay. Wait, that icon looks a lot like was it a music app? It was either a music app, a gaming thing, or a social network. I can't remember. You know what though? I think you got a bit of a gap here though, because if someone puts in a single P because they're awesome, and maybe you need to get that one too. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Not I've never seen that one. Oh, it was something began with R or something like that. Different, I swear. It's really bugging me now. It was like a music app or a social thing, or it was a game client, like EA game client. It was an app for installing mods for games. It'll come to me. It was bought out by, I think Amazon bought it. I can't remember. Technically a social thing. Well, I guess. Depends how you look at it. All right, so this is a mobile iOS application aimed to help users find the best home heating oil prices in their area. All right, I don't know if that really is going to go down well here in Texas because, well, it's cold at the moment. Oh, get this, folks. Friday, 75 degrees. Yesterday, snowflakes. Figure that out, right? Anyway, the name of that app is going to come to me after the stream, I'm sure. All right, everybody should go follow this. Just follow them. All right, I want to do this. So this one was twist generate. Okay, wait a minute. So let me back up here. Okay, so my app, twist. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Init platform iOS. All right. Go into my app. Oh, all right. And then generate. I should not have to type all of these one after the other. That's a foul right there. Project only. All right. Still got a workspace. Okay. Let's run it. Target markets, New England. Yeah, good call. Really? 5.5 million households. Dang. So you're looking to get at least 50% of those to install to consider it a success, right? 2 whole days to move that much? I couldn't get used to that. Okay. Same thing, same result. Yeah. However, no storyboards, no Swift UI files. So let's keep going. Twist installation creates a symbolic link. All right. All right, Swift project. Okay. Add a badge to your project's README. No. Bit early in the day to keep. Okay. Not overly super excited about this one so far. What about you? Storyboards? You want storyboards in 2022? Yeah. Well, I'll take anything at this point. Look what I got here, right? A whole bunch of stuff. Oh wait, what's this? Oh. No, it seems like it generates a lot of bloat to me that you just don't even necessarily need. So far, Xcode Gen is winning out on this one. I mean, yeah, all right, you could sit and put it all in by code, but come on, really? This is not the best. I mean, so far, I don't think this would win anybody over, I gotta say. Extract your build settings into Xconfig files. After extracting the build settings into config files, we recommend adding a check in continuous integration to ensure. It feels an awful lot like they're giving you a bunch of stuff, but they're not really like you know, like just do this and then do this and then do that, right? Not overly excited. I mean, that was the tutorial, which there was nothing. Sorry, tourist developers, I'm not getting on at you, but that was just nothing. All right, let's have a look. Why should I use Tourist over other project generators? Seems like an important question. Swift projects are defined using, well, I mean, all the points they make other than workspaces really exist in all the other ones, right? How does, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it's just, this is just not winning me over. What if the tool is deprecated, sorry, at some point? Oh, okay, I get what they're saying here, but this is not really. It's nothing to worry about because if that happens, you can just add Xcode projects and workspaces to the Git repository and problem solved. Yeah, but that's not really a good argument, is it? I mean, did I Git ignore my projects? Well, in general, I always think that's a good idea, right? But unfortunately, it never works out that way. When you switch a branch where files have been added or removed, the Xcode project should be regenerated. Unfortunately, it is a manual action. It is recommended to set up a Git post checkout hook. Do so, create a post checkout script in. Yeah, I gotta say, this is just really not. I know it's early days on it, and so I don't want to beat on it too much, but this just seems like it's kind of almost a bit too bitty and a bit too flawed right now, right? What do you all think? What does tourist? Okay, now who's doing the typos? What a tourist does is they go on vacation and look at things. I don't think that's the question you're asking, right? What tourist does, on the other hand, Alex, is save you or generate your Xcode project files. But I'm not really about it. Sorry. Now, by comparison, let me just pull up because I don't think, if I remember rightly, Xcode Gen does not have a great example out of the box. You still have to build the file, but see, in Xcode Gen out of the box, you create your spec with a little few more, you know, excuse me, out of the box stuff, as it were, and then away you go. If and I don't know about Xcode. I've never heard of Xcode, right? It's back under new management. That's never a good sign, right? If it's abandoned, then someone takes it over. No criticism of whoever has it now, but sometimes that doesn't work out good. I've seen products and projects taken up by somebody else, and then it just sits there and dies. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but you know. Thank you, Coco Type. I feel it's important that we both pick on Halox for this one after the whole single P thing, right? I need to redeem myself. All right. So Xcode Gen is still better. part of the reason I'm looking at this, by the way, is I want to set up the file to generate the project files for the Swift community game thing, rather than the putting the project files in there, because I've already had merge issues with project files and I don't want to live that nightmare. Let's connect. You didn't even follow me after telling me what to follow. Yeah, no, right. I know that I intentionally did that because, truthfully, honestly, I intentionally did it to see if a couple of things, see if you noticed, but also I'm in Texas. I don't, you know, I'm going to check the app out because I really want to when you tell us about it, show us. But I don't need oil. And you didn't give me a reason. All right, let's do this. Let's see how good my memory is here. So I wonder how you I wonder what the instructions are for removing this one. Yeah, none of that helps. None of that's right. I bet it's manual. Based on the way we had to set everything up, I bet it's probably a manual process, right? You can just use it as an app for making people think you have Tinder. I don't know that I want that to happen. Ah. Touche, Alex. Touche. Just in case you are leaving. See you later. Let us know about that test flight. But let's see if he sticks around. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Now I got to figure out how to uninstall this. I don't know if I want to sit and do that now, but all right. Yeah. Just close, go away, Xcode, everything. All right, just everything. Why am I in Xcode? Well, oh, sorry. That is me. You know what? There isn't a thing to uninstall it, right? Bunch of things about installing, nothing about uninstalling. Command line tools never go away. Eventually, you'll just get a new machine and it's a clean start. That is exactly how it happens. Yeah. You end up with symbolic links everywhere. Excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly how that happens. All right, let's do a brew install Xcode gen. This is where I may end up Googling my own article and video to remember how I did this. CDS Swift run Xcode gen. Yeah. I don't think I need the folder, but just in case. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, because I remember now they tell you all the instructions before saying, by the way, you need to set that up. What we're going to do here, I think this is what I did before. Let's just take we're going to use this as our example. Wish me luck. Right. touch project YAML, and then just put me in Vim. Paste, because what could possibly go wrong? Nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Okay, there we go. Passing project spec failed. I think I had this issue before. The file base spec YAML couldn't be opened because there is no such file. Well, how about that? Trying to remember how I did this. Come on, if only there was a different command for generating the manifest first. Yeah, I can't remember. Trying to remember how I did that. I did have this problem before. All right, install it. Yeah, I didn't. Excuse me. Okay, usage. Xcode generate. Yeah, I mean, that error is self-explanatory, right? Excuse me. It did install correctly, right? Seems self-explanatory to me. You have a project YAML that's looking for a base spec YAML. Yeah, agreed. But it does say here, right? That is somewhere. I am going to want this because I remember looking at these before. Believe it or not, I have used this tool before. It was just a while ago. The nice thing about this one is the whole bunch of options that you can put in to do stuff. Good. That's what I was looking for. Project YAML. There it is there. See? This will look for a project spec in the current directory called project YAML and generate an Xcode project with the name defined in the spec, except it didn't. You figured it out. Okay. Here we go. Figured it out for us, folks. Has an include. Oh. See? It's already broken. I think when I did this before, I mean, I should just start building the one that I did. I'm trying to think where I had the repository. Let me think. You know what? See, told you I'd done it before. This was back in October of forever ago, 2020. See, I understood why so many people use it. Shall I go back and listen to my own podcast? Is that what I have to do? Hello, me. Did I do the smart thing? Do we think I did the smart thing and put it up on here? You want to bet the answer is no? Yeah, I didn't put it up on here. Dang it. I know I've got it in a document somewhere, the one that I created. All right, why is this failing? The file Xcode couldn't be opened. Well, that's unfortunate. What? Oh, you know, hang on. Now that it says that, though, let me check something here. Okay, I do have command line tools installed. There. Xcode, make it your current path as a space. All spaces are illegal. Not just Xcode one. I'll follow along. That looks right. So your guess is my current path. Well, I mean, it's going to tell me where I am now. That doesn't have a space either. Yeah, I see where you're going with it. You know what, though? Let me restart the terminal because, to be fair, maybe I should have done that. No, it's not that. All right, you know what? We're going to go back and do this and start building our own one. For project spec, and they're going to do spec an optional path to using project spec defaults to project. You know, okay. Oops. Oh, I see. What I do? Okay, at least we know the tool's working. Oh, -S. I got nothing at this point. Thank you. Yeah, good. Welcome to the club. Nice to have you here with me. Well done. Xcode Jam. Oh, look. There's my... Hey, look at that. How cool is that? There's my... Wait, so I'm... Okay, I'm the 5th result on querying a thing that I've done in the past. I don't know if that's good or bad. Create a file, project YAML, in the project folder. This file will contain the suppose you know. Let's take their basic example right there. That's pretty basic, right? Just doing what my day job is at this point. Read the error really slowly and come up with crazy ways that error could happen. I got news for you. I think that's what we all do for our day job. And then hope that someone looks at it and says, oh, I know what that is, right? Let's do this. Just take all of that out, put in their basic example, because that's pretty basic, right? We've got the name of it, bundle ID, a deployment target, application platform, path might not help us there, but that's pretty basic. There's a missing source directory. All right. Let's just change this to src and make that one. All right. Well, that went smoother, didn't it? Most of us have that job as part of doing something. Then we go fix it. My job is now this. Watch someone else generate errors, then give them ideas for fixing it. Are you in management? Because that sounds an awful lot like my description of my job. Okay, look at this. Right. So here we go. No files at the moment, right? But we do have a project file. We don't have an info plist or any of that stuff. However, like I say, this is the most basic form of creating a project here. So we need to flesh out the details for all of that. But our deployment target is 13, and it is iOS. So yay. Okay, we got that far. Awesome. And if I remember rightly, let me check this. I think, yeah, I can just keep doing this as many times as I want. Okay. Unit tests. Unit tests are for people who don't like adventure. You got this thing about adventure. I'm telling you. I think you need to do your next stream, Coco type, with you got to be dressed like Indiana Jones at this point, right? Am I right, everybody? I'm pretty sure that's what he needs to do. It's a script to run swiftly. So let's see, where are the bits in there for that? Yeah, look, see, you can include your pre-built scripts right here. Swiftly, or whatever you want it to be. Where am I supposed to find a fedora at this hour? Amazon? Xcode projects on steroids. I don't know. What do we think about that? I've never used this one. I'm going to stick with Xcode Gen for now. It's what I know. Even though I know Coco Type's going to say that is so last year. And yet, when I asked for the recommendation, he said Tourist. And then this week he said, no, I've never used it. Hands up, how many of those of you in the chat room actually just put your project files in your repo and hope that everybody else, assuming you share it on a team, they just fix their problems? Because that's usually what happens. Is it's me that ends up having to fix the problems for everybody. I'd never used it. It was from Slack. Oh, I think you did actually. Yeah, now that I think about it. But I'm choosing to ignore that. All right. Let's go backwards here to the, I don't need any of those. Oh, that one. And I don't need that one either. We just need the project spec file here now. So, if we can add a little more here, right? Actually, you know what? Maybe what I should do at this point. Maybe I should just go build the one for the project that we're working on. Like, and starting to feel a lot like a day job, isn't it? Yeah. A few more hours, that'll be true. Yeah. Oh yeah, you would want to add the schemes because, oh, I closed Xcode, didn't I? Target templates, packages. I remember using packages on this was very simple. Oh, wait, 36 hours? Someone got a vacation going on there? Is that what that is? And I see, it does have Carthage there, but I use Cocoa. Well, I did used to use Cocoa Pods. I'm trying to use Swift Package Manager as much as I can. And look, you'll love this one, right? I remember this one. Indent width. It's an integer. If this is specified, the Xcode project will override the user's settings for indent width in number of spaces. Yeah? Force those people to do that. Never use Carthage. I've never used Carthage. Let me correct that. I have, but not in an actual project, just to, use it and understand it. Oh, you got a day off tomorrow. Nice. Awesome. Well done. Now, wait, Nicholas, are you saying you've never used it or telling everybody to never use it? Which one is it? I'll be honest, if I can get away with doing it with Swift Package now, Swift Package Manager and Xcode, that's what I do. Yeah, maybe I should just now go away, save you the boredom of watching me find all the information and type it out, and just generate the one for the game and put it in the project. That's probably what I should do between now and Wednesday, maybe. SPM is the way to go. Absolutely. Carthage was great about 4 years when it was last updated. Really? Is it seriously? Has it been that long since it's updated? I just do a. I don't even look at a lot of them. I just go through and put in. I just do a brew upgrade and have it upgrade my tools that way. So I don't know how often Cocoa Pods has been updated recently. Go back up to the list. Actually, no. Significantly about that, really? Wow. I wonder, do you know if there's a reason for that? Or people just don't need to? I mean, that's the other thing, right? Sometimes something can be good enough that you don't need to, but it seems unlikely. All right, tell you what we're going to do here. Let's get rid of this. So I got that installed now. Oh, that'll teach me. Let's finish this up here today by, I'm going to come back to that. I want to show you, we've had a lot of stuff done on the game, but what I was playing around with earlier today, I haven't done the commits though, but what I was playing around with today was Blender. So I generated some 3D models in Blender. That's really small. Generated some 3D models in Blender and then rendered out. Let's get a bigger simulator than that, shall we? And then I rendered out some PNG files with a transparent background, brought those in as some assets so that our graphics are starting to look a bit better. I haven't textured the ships or anything, but you know, I wonder what this looks like on an iPad Pro. No. Let's do an iPhone 13 Pro and brought the graphics in to make them look a bit better. So I want to show you that. I'm going to work on them some more before I commit it to the repo for you all to grab it. But that's what we got going on. If the simulator will load, thank you. Come on, simulator. Come on. All right, so you can see they're not just flat, boring files anymore. We do now have a slightly better graphic for the ship and an alien that was made to sort of look like the old Space Invaders. They're just actually top-down renders, but I'm still thinking that I want to use the 3D models here so that we can do stuff with them if we want to, which I think it would be really great to have stuff breaking into a whole bunch of different little parts, right, when you shoot them. And I still want to do the tilting thing with the ship, right, when you move it, but you get the idea. We've got slightly better graphics right now. Very early stages still, obviously, but they're better than looking at those terrible square blocks that I had. So, and I'm still getting a decent score. Look at this. I'm actually not minus 300 something. be interesting when I bring in the 3D model file, how that works with the node count and the frame rate, because at the moment it's just one PNG file for each, right? So it's only, since they're already there, it's the same amount of node files. You can see we have 11, goes up and down a little bit, depending on the particle effects we've got going on and whether we have the planets in the background. However, as you can see, that thanks to the community, our awesome community we got going on here, that we are making some really nice progress. There are some commits that I've not pulled down yet from other contributors, which I have not looked at, but it's coming along nicely from where it started. 3D models, time for scene kit, fun time. Oh, see, I'm not changing this. I'm not going to change the title back. Yeah. But yeah, thankfully, my limited skills in Blender I had not forgotten. The ones that I learned about a month ago before I'd never used it. So I'm gonna keep going with that. But you can see that we're making progress here, right? And still got a ton of features that the community wants to bring in, and obviously really turn this into a decent thing, right? Is it going to be scene kit instead of sprite kit now? No, I'm hoping that I can bring that model file as an asset into sprite kit. Maybe I can. Maybe you know that answer. I don't know. In which case, if I can't do that, all right, I'll just use static image files instead. That's fine. And then I can always have it just switch out the graphic file if we need something else. But I don't know. Like I imported an asset, a 3D asset file, into this, which is using SpriteKit, and it was happy with it. I just didn't export it correctly from Blender, so it wasn't looking awesome. So I've got to look at that. But anyway, you can see that that's what we got going on here. Things are going rather nicely, and except for the fact that these graphic files were a lot bigger because of handle the resolutions. So I did have to change the locations of the sprite generators, and you can see that the rocket does overlap slightly. I don't think I can zoom in, but you can see that it does overlap slightly, and I got to work on that. This actually got me to thinking too about, okay, you know what, making it easier to swap out these sprites for essentially the PNG files at this point for upgrades when you buy upgrades on the ships or whatever. Because now that I've got that model file, I've got a relative size for everything, right? And I can export them with parts of the ship turned on and off and so on for the upgrades. So that's where this is at. We're still having some fun with that. And that is it, folks. So I'm going to stop that there. That's where we're at with that. It's all going very nicely indeed. My own treachery very kindly went through and documented the code, as you can see, which will make it nice for you all if you are contributors to the project and you've got access to this. And I think at least some of you in the chat room and that already have access. I know Coco Type you do, and my own treachery. That's where we're at with this. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I got to get some stuff done here. It's about 10 o'clock my time. I got to get some stuff done before starting the day job tomorrow because I don't have a vacation. And I'm exhausted. It's been a long weekend. This up and down temperatures just crazy. That's it, folks. I think we're going to leave it there for this week. I'm going to stick with so the result is of the project tools. I'm going to stick with Xcode Gen for now until I find a better way. That's the way I'm going to go with this. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. And hopefully should be back on Wednesday to continue our game development stuff. I did put out yesterday a new podcast episode. So go to compileswift.com/podcast, or you'll see it on the front page there. Check it out. See what you think. talking a lot about this. Actually, I'm talking a lot about that game in the episode and how we're doing this as a community and how awesome that is. We will leave it there, and that's it. I will see you in the next one. Take care, folks. Hope you have a good Monday, Tuesday. I will see you midweek. Thank you.